What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Steven J. And I'm here with Simply Steve. And we're talking about wrestling. WWE, WWF, AWA, UWF. We may even talk about a little bit of TNA. So we're going to get right into it on this day. 1 week, about, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days away from Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I think this may be our last subscription. When was WrestleMania? April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so we got to September. My little girl's acting up. Stop.
Why is the last one?
What? What do you want? Okay, go get the bench. Anyway.
Why would it be the last one?
Because I don't know if I'm going to pay for another 6 months. That's why. It's alright, no. Go get the bench. My little girl's acting up. She got like 5 shots today. So, alright, so we're going to get right into it. Big news is Money in the Bank is this weekend. And, you know, the ladder match for the title has been set, as well as the Money in the Bank briefcase. They're going traditional, which I was hoping that they did, and they are. They are going traditional with the traditional Money in the Bank. So we're going to start off talking about the traditional Money in the Bank. The competitors that are going to be competing for a shot for 1 year to go after that title. And I'll say it's almost, I would still say it's a guarantee that you're going to win the WWE title.
If you cash it in right.
If you cash it in right. More guys have won it than not have won it. Damien Sandow, he was stupid to cash his in on John Cena when John Cena was perfect and healthy or whatever. I mean, that just balls down.
Actually, he had just come back from, you know, surgery and winning the world title from Del Rio.
Yeah, still, he was still healthy. He just came back. Surgery was months ago. It ain't like he just had surgery last week.
Okay.
Excuse me one moment. I'm about to beat my little princess. She gonna get a spanking. Go on, Seth, right now. I'll spank you. Alright, so we're back. So, who's in the ladder match for the briefcase?
Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston. You know Kofi's going to give you a boatload of stuff and great highlights. It'll be kind of cool if he win it. It will be very cool if he won it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Jack Swagger, former Money in the Bank winner.
Jack Swagger, I remember the Money in the Bank where he actually won it.
WrestleMania 26.
I'm trying to remember who he beat out, but it was actually a good match where he actually did win it. I just don't know. I can't remember who he beat out to win it, but he didn't.
It was Christian.
Was it Christian? Because I know he feuded with the Big Show for a minute after he did win it.
He pinned Chris Jericho and got it.
Okay. So, who else?
Rob Van Dam.
RVD. I'm not excited that RVD is in it. You know, a lot of people are, but I have to go with what Seth Rollins said on Monday Night Raw. And that was, you know, this ain't 2005. He said if it was 2005, he'd be worried about it. But it's 2014, and what have I been saying for the last couple of weeks? I love RVD, Mr. Monday Night, Mr. Money in the Bank, Mr. Well, that's about it. But anyway, I've been saying RVD is old, man, and he came from Extreme Wrestling Championship ECW, and the bottom line is, yo, ECW, that puts a lot on your body. Not to mention he came into WWE, he did win the title and the Money in the Bank. But the bottom line is, that stuff weighs on your body, and Rob's been out of the business for a while before he finally came back, and
I just wrestling somewhere else?
I think he was wrestling in TNA for a while, or New Japan. But, Sarai, stop. But the bottom line is, Rob is old, and I just don't know. Who's next?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. Matter of fact, here's the thing. Seth Rollins, when he came out, reminds me a little bit of Shawn Michaels. Was it Shawn Michaels? Give me a second. Because when he came out, I was like, you know what, the way he came out, he reminded me of somebody. Was it Shawn Michaels? No, it wasn't Shawn Michaels. He reminded me of Jeff Hardy. That's who he reminded me of when he came out. Because Jeff Hardy, he didn't win the WWE title.
He did.
No, listen to what I'm about to say first. He didn't win the WWE title in his first stint in the WWE. He left and came back and won the title, right?
I believe so.
So they didn't do Jeff Hardy right when he was here. He was still extreme and everything, but then he left, and I believe he went to TNA for a while, and he did his thing there. So when he came back, Jeff Hardy was the man. He was a super high flying, kicking, and he was a daredevil that we love to see in the Money in the Bank match.
Won the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. He came back and he won the title because he proved himself in the indie leagues, which is TNA. But Seth Rollins kind of reminded me of Jeff Hardy. We'll see if it pays off. He got the backing of Triple H. You might as well say that's the backing of Vince McMahon. But he may just turn out to be another Drew McIntyre. Who knows? Alright, so another guy in it is Bad News Barrett.
I'm afraid I got some bad news. I don't think Wade Barrett's going to win this one. Although, just to go and skip ahead, his match with Dolph Ziggler, match of the night last week and the week before that.
Match was. They were screaming, "This is awesome." That was an awesome match.
Anytime you get them to say this is awesome, and see the way that they had that match, we'll get back. We'll get back to that. So Barrett, I don't think he's gonna win it. Great competitor. I like him that he's in this traditional Money in the Briefcase match. So we'll see who else.
My boy Dolph Ziggler.
DZ, Dragon Ball Z is in there. DBZ is in there. Dolph Ziggler, I think he's finally getting some play. His feud with Seth Rollins coming out, and hey, sometimes you got to make a name for yourself. I think Dolph Ziggler is finally doing that. So, way to go, Big DZ, up on that one. And who else?
Dean Ambrose.
What did Dean? Oh, because he got put in there at the last minute. Dean Ambrose is going to be in it.
Seth Rollins got scared because he was like, I don't want to be this close to Money in the Bank. And all of a sudden, Dean Ambrose come out of nowhere. Dean said if he didn't put him in, he was going to come in and screw it all up. So
Dean is in the match. I was shocked that he wasn't initially.
I figured he was going to get put in the match because he's feuding with Seth Rollins.
Right, but I figured that they was going to have a match one-on-one, and then later on, because we've seen that in the past, where they have a match in the beginning and then later on they go out and compete in the ladder match. But in this case, Dean Ambrose, I wouldn't be surprised if Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins hook back up and become the Shield again and turn on everybody else in that match. Remember, you heard it here first.
I'm not sure that's gonna happen, but whatever. I think that's it.
So, who's your favorite to win?
Well,
who do you think? Who's your favorite? We know you like Dolph Ziggler, but who do you think is gonna win?
Well, out of everybody I just said, it's a tough decision. I can't really put on who I think is gonna win.
He's really been. Look at his face, y'all. He's really been pondering it. It's a tough decision.
That's not my face. But I can't pick anybody. I don't know. I mean, I would love to see either Dolph Ziggler, heck, maybe even Dean Ambrose win it, but I don't know.
I can't see this. They're so little.
I'm gonna go on and say that the finals is gonna come down to. No, I'm gonna give it to my 3 finalists. Well, there's no 3 finalists. It's not elimination, but the 3 guys that are gonna possibly be going for that briefcase. Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler,
and Wade Barrett. Because I'm thinking Seth is going to have his hands full with Dean, because Dean's retarded, and Dean's going to be trying to go after Seth and everything. So I'm thinking that
Dean's going to be too distracted with Seth Rollins to actually go up for the ladder.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be too. Dean may not go for the briefcase at all. He's going to be so focused on revenge and getting Seth Rollins, and if he's focused on Seth Rollins, and his focus is going to be trying to prevent Seth Rollins from getting up that ladder. So that's why I said the Barrett, Kofi, Dolph Ziggler, RVD. Maybe. I think didn't RVD and Seth have a match not too long ago?
They had a match last night.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna go straight to Monday Night Raw. Oh, Kane was added as the 8th man in the Money in the Bank.
After the 4 out of 3 handicap match again, we saw he came out and beat everybody up, except for Randy Orton.
So obviously he's gonna be the bodyguard for Randy Orton, what it seems that it looks like, to get the title back. So
I want to see Randy Orton get the title again.
I'd rather see Randy Orton get the title over John Cena. Let me just throw that right out there right now. I'd rather see Randy Orton. I'd rather see anybody else get the title other than John Cena.
He just don't want John Cena to be champion because he don't like him. And number 2, he doesn't want people to be bragging about the fact that John Cena might have possibly reached Ric Flair as one of the most winning titles.
Because he hasn't earned it. He has not earned it. He hasn't earned it like Ric Flair did. As a matter of fact, speaking about that, I don't think Triple H even earned it. Think about it.
I mean, they always brag on him being the 13th-time world champ.
Think about it. If Triple H wasn't hooking up with Stephanie, would he be a 13-time champion? That's the bottom line right there.
Remember he had Evolution and DX
No. The bottom line is this. Because remember when DX was formed, Shawn Michaels had just left after he lost the title, I believe, to Stone Cold. Then Triple H took over DX, and he had his little feud going. And when he won the title finally, it was just like, whatever. It ain't going off like how it did with Shawn Michaels and everything like that. So, my opinion is if he wasn't messing around with Stephanie, hey, brother, I ain't hating on the players. Because you the game. I ain't hating on your game either. But if think about it.
My son-in-law right here, Triple H, the genetic jackhammer he is. How about we put you in another title match? Yeah, it's your 200th, but Stephanie cried and asked me, so let's put you in another match, even though you didn't deserve it.
I can see where he's coming from now, okay.
So, that's why I think Triple H is a great competitor. Is he in my top 10 of World Heavyweight Champions? WCW, WWF, WWE, AWA, UWF? No, he's not. He's not. He's great, but he's not in my top 10.
What is he in?
I would say he may be somewhere 15, close to 20. Close to 20. Only for that simple fact that...
Because he got Stephanie and Vince backing him up?
Exactly. And my thing is, think about it. Shawn Michaels proved why he was a great champion. He proved why. And he had the company. He was the face of the company. And he took the company to the next level. The Rock proved it. Stone Cold proved it. Ric Flair, we know, proved it. Hulk Hogan proved it. Sting proved it. Triple H, not so much. Even though we respect him and everything, I love the game. I definitely love him better, like him better than John Cena. So let's get right into Monday Night Raw.
Alright, so the show opens up with Stephanie and Vicki because of what happened last week, because Stephanie kind of threw up all over her coffee because someone tampered with her coffee. And Stephanie was like, you're gonna get fired. And she was like, it was Roman Reigns, And she was like, well, you put Roman Reigns in the match after we didn't want him in the Battle Royal. And now he had the chance to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Let's skip all past that because I really didn't care about any of that. But I just gotta say, man, I got a little choked up yesterday when I heard Eddie's music come on.
Yeah.
Viva la raza!
Yeah.
And,
oh my God. She played
and she came out with Eddie Guerrero's music, and I was just like, oh, I lie, I cheat, I steal. And then you know Jerry the King, he did his thing from where he did his retro Latino. So the fact is, I hadn't realized that Eddie Guerrero had been dead that long, but I also didn't realize, dang, I really miss Eddie Guerrero because he was a great competitor. He was the match you saw with Dolph Ziggler and Barrett. Eddie Guerrero gave you that every time he came to the ring. He gave you that every time he came to the ring. So, peace out, one love, Eddie Guerrero.
She did that portion of that too. Anyway, then we had Jimmy Uso versus Luke Harper in a match. That was over real quick.
Let me guess, the Harpers won, right?
Yeah.
I figured that. I saw something on Bleacher Report, and they mentioned the tag team division. That right now, they were saying they can build the tag team division around the Usos. They can, but they need more teams. Right now, this seems like the only team that they have, they got the Usos, they got the Wyatt family, they got Dumzo, they got Dumb Dust. Who else? That's it.
Yeah, that's it. They don't really have a lot of tag.
That's it. The tag team in the WWE used to be pretty good. I don't think it was ever as good as WCW's, but the tag team division used to be pretty good, respectable. Right now, it's not respectable.
Then it was Jey Uso versus Eric Rowan, and he actually won that match. And then they got beat down.
Again, you say ooh, I say so. That's how I feel about it. So.
Oh, and then they Eric Rowan and Luke Harper had their own little theme song coming out. It was like a humming version of "You Got the Whole World in His Hands."
He got the whole world.
He got the whole world.
Get it right, man.
Then we had a Divas match. Naomi versus Alicia Fox. Naomi won, and now she's the number one contender for the Divas Championship.
Who?
Naomi.
Yeah, I just came in to listen to that because I was upstairs cleaning out my fish tank. I got a 55 upstairs. Got a 180 right here. It's beautiful. I'm trying to get that all straightened out. Look me up on Stephen J on YouTube. You'll see my tank, 180 gallons right there, baby. Anyway, while I was doing that, I was listening to them, and I'm like, I don't care about that. They talking dumb stuff. They about to break up.
Yeah, they plan to break up the fucking Doctors. So, alright. I was like, whatever. Then we have Bo Dallas versus Titus O'Neil. And we actually had a lot of people cheering for Bo Dallas. We're getting a lot of Bo Leavers out there.
I'm sorry. What the... JBL, I love JBL. John Bradshaw Layfield. I love him. How you gonna call the greatest streaker in the world right now? The greatest streaker in the world. Get the heck out of here.
That because somebody's streak ain't alive no more.
I know because Undertaker's streak ain't alive, but come on. He's 9 and Bo? That's stupid. That's stupid. And I wouldn't know who gave him that black eye because he didn't duck. And I just like what Jerry the King said. He said, obviously somebody believed that they can punch him in the face. And they did. Big old black eye.
Alright, so then
I'm going to call him Black Eye Bull.
Then we already talked about the Money in the Bank, traditional Money in the Bank, Triple H's announcement, whatever. Then we had Rob Van Dam versus Seth Rollins. It started out all Rob, and then Seth Rollins turned it around until Dean Ambrose came out of nowhere and beat him up again.
I still like what they're doing with it, because again, it reminds me of Matt Hardy and Edge when they had their feud going on with Lita, which was real life. Lita was Matt's girlfriend, but she was sleeping around with Edge. See, that's why you don't bring your women to a wrestler, because there's always somebody that looks better than you or whatever. So, but it was they turned that into a feud after Jeff Hardy got fired when he came back.
Then the Intercontinental Championship match again, the match of the night, Dolph Ziggler and Bad News Barrett. Awesome match.
Who?
Dolph Ziggler and Bad News.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. That is what the people want. And I've been saying, Dolph was on my list. What happened to him? And I can see Dolph is finally coming back. Not that he wasn't giving you good matches. It's just that they didn't know.
Good matches.
They just didn't know what to do with him or anything like that. And it was finally he started making a name for himself, coming out, challenging the authority, whatever. And you know, I still love him as a heel versus a face, but he's a great competitor. I think I would love to see him back as a champion.
And this time actually have a successful run as world champion.
True that.
Alright. Then there was Vickie Guerrero versus Stephanie.
I don't know if she's really gone.
I think she is. She posted a tweet on her saying, you know, thanks for everything, you know, bye. On the bigger and better things.
She's been there since Eddie passed away. And
9 years.
I gotta give it to the WWE. You know, Eddie was making a lot of money in the WWE. And you know, when he died, you know, that kind of like, cause they don't have, they I don't know if he had a guaranteed contract or anything like that, but Vince McMahon was giving that out at the time when Eddie was there. But if you get hurt, you're not really getting paid. And so when he passed away, I think he got like 5 kids, and that's just a thing on their income. And I just got to give it up to Vickie Guerrero, V for Vickie, because she took the bull by the horns and ran with it, becoming the manager, becoming a heel, and the fact that she became a heel, being as though that Eddie Guerrero was a good face in the WWE. I got to give it to Vickie. She was a good manager, a wrestler manager, because she managed Edge, Dolph. The fact she did manage Chavo, but Chavo just didn't pan out. I think he's in TNA right now. But Chavo just didn't pan out. I think if they would have did that a little bit more, Chavo. Matter of fact, when Eddie died, Chavo was in Smackdown, and he was doing like some rich. He was doing Alberto Del Rio before Alberto Del Rio came, because he had on a suit and everything. Then Eddie Guerrero died, so they just completely cut that character that he was doing.
And then we had Kofi Kingston versus Jack
Peace
Swagger.
out, Vickie. By the way, I think Vickie is fine.
Anyway.
Psych. I only said it because my wife is right there.
Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger is next.
Who won that match?
Swagger.
Jack Swagger. Again. Go ahead.
Alright. Big E versus Damian Sandow.
Big E came out and started preaching. He beat Damian Sandow with the quickly, which I'm thankful for that. But Big E came out last night and he was preaching. And I posted it on Facebook, and I posted it on YouTube, and I even posted it on Big E's Twitter page. Because look up God, what's his name? He had the Coco Beware. Look up Coco Beware. A wrestler by the name of Coco Beware. He used to come out with a parrot named Frankie on his arm. And Coco, every time they gave him the mic, I don't think white people knew that back at the day, he was preaching. My aunt and my uncle, huge wrestling fans, by the way. Whenever he came out, Coco be talking, and Coco, he'd be like this, flapping his wings like a bird, and he'd be like,
Because you know I'm gonna get you in the ring, and I'm gonna hurt you, and I'm gonna slam you, and I'm gonna pin you, and you.
Coco be preaching. Big E got up there last night.
Big E?
And he started preaching. I was totally shocked. I think since Big E has been in the WWE, he ain't never said that many words in a 1 minute period before Lana came out. So I recorded it. So I'm gonna show it to y'all for real quick.
In our nation's capital, we all saw Lana and Rusev denigrate and mock everything that this great country stands for. But I say, enough is enough. This is our country. This is our America. This is the land of the free. I said this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. But this is our country. We will not be defeated. We
So luckily Lana came out. Rishkashkoroskis, Roskidaskas, Raka. You foolish man, she said. She came out then, Rusev. So it looks like they're gonna go with the feud with Vickie and Rusev. By the way, 2 black guys. Let me just throw that out there because Rusev ain't from Russia, because there ain't no black people in Russia. Don't hit my camera again. Versus Jack Swagger. But then I'm thinking like this, right? Rusev and Big E gonna fight at Money in the Bank. It's almost a lock, and it's almost a guarantee. They're gonna fight at Money in the Bank. But here's the thing. July 4th is coming up, right? Mm-hmm. July 4th is on a Friday. Mm-hmm. And what better way than Rusev to denigrate the United States of America than on the 4th of July? And he's denigrating this. But Jack Swagger's in the building. How dare you talk about my country like that? The real American. He runs out, hits Biggie, hits Rusev with one of his moves, whatever. Then you got a new feud. You got Jack Swagger becoming face. Everybody chanting USA, USA. You go against Rusev, people are going to cheer for you like they did Slater last week. So it's a possibility. Remember, you heard it here first. What you looking at, man?
Alright, then we had a rematch from Friday Night Smackdown.
Yeah, what the heck?
4-on-3 handicap match.
They did that already. The results were the same, right?
Yeah, they're pretty much the same. They looked like they was going the same way they did on Smackdown, with the tag of building up Roman Reigns and him coming up and finishing the match, but it didn't end that way. It ended up by Sheamus winning.
And Kane came out and dogged everybody and decimated everybody.
He got speared.
I'm not so sure if I want to see Kane, and I gotta admit, he's had some great moments also in the Money in the Bank. And do I want to see Kane? I don't want to see Kane in the Money in the Bank.
You'd rather see Kane as champion rather than John Cena, though.
I would rather see Kane. I would rather see Kane prevent John Cena from getting that title. That's what I would rather. But I also want to see.
And first of all, everyone wants to see Roman Reigns win it all, but I don't think he's ready yet.
He read some dumb report where they said Cena's gonna win on something on WWE Alert, and I retweeted the guy back. I said, if Cena wins, we riot and we cancel our subscription, and I mean it. Nobody want to see Cena. God, I'm telling you, I respect John Cena for everything that he does for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Great, he is the greatest at it. Greatest out, better than Hulk Hogan, better than anybody, any NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, or NHL, or whatever. John Cena has outdone them 20 times over. As a wrestler, I respect him. As a champion, I don't like him. I don't like him. I've already said it on multiple times why I don't like him. Nobody can prove me otherwise that I'm wrong about what I said. I just believe in giving guys a chance, and I think with NXT you got a lot of good guys.
A lot of good guys have
guys that have come out and have made a name. WWE, WWF never did that before. It was always you bring someone that's already established, if they came from WCW or they came from someplace else but already had a name. But I like what they're doing. Give the new guys a shot. So we're going to go with the lowdown for Smackdown. I don't know how much time we got left before the, because I see my battery on there is low. I thought I charged it, but I guess I didn't. What else? TNA note, they had hardcore something, and Tommy Dreamer and his organization went up against TNA. So they're trying to do the WWE, WWF invasion thing all over again. Way to go, original TNA. Haven't seen anything about Brodus Clay, Jinder Mahal, or Drew McIntyre showing up in TNA yet. But we'll see.
Alright, so
That's my TNA topic of the day.
Smackdown opened up with John Cena coming out talking about Money in the Bank. And then everybody else came out talking about, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. Roman Reigns comes out, gets in John Cena's face. He's like, no matter who you are, you're not gonna stop me from winning. Then Randy Orton comes out and they fight. That's basically it. Then it was Seth Rollins versus Kofi Kingston, and it was alright.
Who won?
Seth.
Okay.
Ever since Seth's been here, he's been winning.
Yeah. My wife right there, y'all.
Ziggler beat Bad News Barrett.
Yvette J.
Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Ziggler beat Bad News Barrett. It's a pretty good match. And then when he was celebrating, he got hit with the bull hammer, knocked out.
The way Dolph lost last night, it went. We didn't talk about that match. The match was back and forth, back and forth. Barrett hit Dolph with the Winds of Change. He hit him with what's his other move?
The Winds of Change? Wait, no, Wasteland.
Wasteland, and he caught Dolph Ziggler in the middle of the air, hit him with the bull hammer. Bam. Dolph got him with the.
He got him with the zigzag. He could have won right there.
He didn't get him with the zigzag.
He did.
He got him with the famouser.
He got him with the zigzag, and then he rolled out the ring, and then it went to commercial break.
I came in probably at that time, so oh well.
He could have won the match right there, but whatever.
But it was still a great match. That's what we need every week.
Yeah, so he got him by a roll-up pin, fluke victory, whatever he calls it. Then Adam Rose came and he beat Titus O'Neil twice. So.
And then Titus O'Neil gonna lose to Bo Dumb. How the heck?
Oh, he lost to Bo Dallas. Told you, we getting a lot of believers now.
Titus O'Neil is becoming Drew McIntyre. I ain't no believer. He has more fans out with I believe and that stupid stuff.
We're seeing a lot more Bo Dallas signs out there. We already know JBL trying to build him up further.
I guess his father, Erwin R. Shyster, Mike Rotunda, must be happy that his baby boy is out doing the thing. I forgot who his brother is. Who's Bo Dallas' brother? He's also in the WWE wrestling. Let me look it up.
Okay, while he's looking that up, I'll just go ahead and do this.
Mike Rotunda.
Kane beat Ambrose in a match. Ambrose was actually doing pretty good until his emotions got the best of him and he again attacked Seth Rollins because he was at ringside.
Who was?
Seth Rollins. He was on at ringside with the commentary and
Kane attacked him?
No, Ambrose.
Oh.
And Ambrose got distracted and Kane uppercut him and then chokeslammed him.
Oh! I forgot about that. So, guess who Bo Dallas' brother is? Bray Wyatt.
What?
Yes. This is his father. Remember him, Erwin R. Shyster? His son is Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas.
Match between Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. Brothers match.
They don't look alike.
No, they don't.
I like Bray Wyatt 10 times more than Bo Dallas. Go ahead.
I hope you're talking to him because he's like, yo man, you get me getting working. But anyway, then Big E beat Swagger. Swagger was beating him up, and then Big E out of nowhere hit him with a hard clothesline, and then hit him with a big ending. About it. Bo Dallas beat Fandango. And then Roman Reigns, Cena, and Sheamus again won their match on Smackdown against Randy Orton and them on Raw. Same match as it was on SmackDown.
I don't think we watch Superstars, and I don't have enough time to watch NXT. So next week I'm gonna give you a TNA update. I promise. I'm gonna make sure I record it this week. We might do a show. I think I get off early from work on Sunday, so we might do a show from Money in the Bank and just give you like updates, bits and pieces on what's happening and stuff like that. So we kind of done early today, but I'm gonna give Raw B+ simply because of the Wade Barrett Dolph Ziggler fight match.
I think depending on leading up to Money in the Bank, I say it was a pretty good Raw. I'm gonna give it a B.
No, matter of fact, I changed my grade. I'm gonna give it an A simply because of that match and Vickie playing Eddie Guerrero's music and her doing Eddie thing when she left.
Eddie Guerrero.
Latino Heat. So, babe, you remember Latino Heat? She sucks.
I suck?
Huh?
What?
No, I cussed.
That's a lie.
Oh my gosh.
That's about it. Oh! The Dudley Boys, known as Team 3D, was inducted into the TNA Wrestling Hall of Fame. I don't know how much that really means because they've been in TNA for about as long as they've been in the WWE. And so I gotta say that just about maybe averages out. Hands go out to them.
And they got TNA before they got the WWE Hall of Fame?
No, because they're still wrestling.
Okay.
They're still wrestling, that's why. But they go down in my book as one of the greatest tag teams of all time. At least top 3 of all time. I hope they get a chance to come back to the WWE, but it all depends on how much they're getting paid in TNA. And even I started following this guy on Twitter, and he wrote a couple columns about TNA, and I thought he was pretty fair in what he wrote. I can't think of his name. I thought he was pretty fair, but he said the same thing I said. TNA people, they talk too much. They talk too much. You give them way too much mic time, and it's just like, oh, come on. And if you look at the audience, they're like this. Look at it. I never see anything trending from TNA or anything like that. So let me try to find this guy's name. His name is Justin LeBar. He's an analyst for the Bleacher Report, and he wrote a really good column about TNA. And, you know, he trashed them, but he trashed the WWE too for the stuff that they're doing. He did an article on why TNA is better and why WWF is than WWE in some ways, and why WWE is 10 times better than TNA. But there's I was reading someplace that there used to be a channel called the Wrestling Channel. It's probably why the WWE didn't go with their own channel, is because they can make more money in the digital network or people subscribing online. But it's 6 months into the network, 4 months into the WWE network. You know they got a lot of subscribers. What we're gonna find out is after 6 months goes by. Because think about it, what's 12 times 9? Well, 12 times 10, 120. So $120 you spend for 1 year with the WWE subscription. I should be a selling purse. Versus you spending that for 2 pay-per-views. Because if you bought WrestleMania at $59.95, you bought SummerSlam, which is what we always did. That's almost that's $120 right then and there.
And
so for
some occasions we bought Royal Rumble.
So for two pay-per-views for the same amount of money, you're getting 12 months of it. I don't know if they'll keep it like that, but we will see. I like what their format. If they keep that format, I think it'll be great. I did see that, you know, DirecTV, Comcast, and other networks wanted the WWE to become a channel, an actual channel that you can turn to. But once they decided to go with the online subscription, DirecTV tried to play hardball and drop them. But, you know, the fans spoke up and was like, no, if we buy it, we buy it. If we don't, we don't. And they ended up getting WrestleMania, and so they, you know, whatever. So we'll see on that aspect. But that's about it. We done. So for Stephen J. and for Simply Steve, as y'all can see, I'm feeling much better than I was last week. I got my voice back and everything. And for JJ, we're talking about wrestling. Peace. We out.